Okay, so restorative yoga. So everyone assumes that restorative and yin are the same thing. So there is a difference. So while the restorative and yin, they do have similarities in the fact that the poses are held longer and they are yin in nature, but restorative is different from yin because yin is designed to stress ligaments, fascia, and bones. Okay, so restorative poses are not intended to stretch or strengthen, but it's more about releasing ever deeper layers of tension. Okay, so restorative is about releasing tension, and yin's about stretching and stressing ligaments, fascia, and bones. So there is a difference. So the focus of restorative yoga, it can be described as alert relaxation. So it's designed to support an increasing ability to experience beingness. So it's a quality of awareness, not related to external circumstances or doing. So they're categorized into different supported postures. I've written a few things for you. So it's experience, not doing. So when the body is not doing, because with yin, you get to your edge. Remember, we practiced yin earlier in the course, and it was about finding your edge, and you'll feel that discomfort. There shouldn't be an edge in restorative. That's why we're going to try and build it up. So it's about relaxing the body, but still trying to remain mindful and alert. So there is a difference there. So I think it's important that I tell you a little bit about it before we go into it. So it's very much it's about deeper breathing as well. So you're really breathing into tightness, and central to it is the concept of balance. So in environmental and physiological terms, this balance is known as homeostasis. It's essential for the maintenance and perpetuation of health. So homeostasis is defined as a tendency to stability in the normal physiological states of the organism. Homeo comes from the Greek word homos, which means the same. Stasis is also a Greek word, which means standing still. So each cell needs relatively stable conditions to function effectively and to contribute to the survival to the body as a whole. So it's essential that the organism maintains stable conditions for its cells. So an organism is said to be in homeostasis when its internal environment contains the optimum concentration of gases, nutrients, ions, water, and has the optimal temperature. And when homeostasis is disrupted, the organism falls prey to disease, dysfunction, and ultimately death. Ooh. So we can see that there's a direct connection between asana practice and the concepts of balance and homeostasis. And each asana is like an aspect of one's stance in life. Ideally, as in an asana, one's stance in life is balanced, stable, and pleasurable. So such a state is a good indicator of the presence of health and a harmonious relationship with nature. So a relationship with natural processes, which is the benchmark for balance and homeostasis. So what has happened in our so-called civilized societies, we've tended to become removed from nature. And as a result, it's easy to lose track of the natural coordinates, which give us a sense of balance. It's like a drug addict who believes his state is normal. So an indicator of this cultural imbalance is that to be normal often has a pejorative association. So in the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali gives very little instruction about the practice of yoga asana. As you know, it's out of 196 sutras, they mention asana 4 times. So Patanjali simply states, Stira Sukhams Asanam. So So this translates as asana as a perfect firmness of body, steadiness of intelligence, and benevolence of spirit. So whenever there's a psychological or physiological stress, the constancy of the internal environment of the organism is challenged, and the entire psychophysical organism will try to adapt itself in order to face these external environmental challenges effectively and successfully to ensure its healthy survival. So the organism will always seek this homeostatic balance because it's the zone of optimal functioning for both the mind and the body. The human body can only survive within certain functional parameters. And a good example is temperature. So in the human body, the temperature is maintained between 36.5 and 37 degrees centigrade, and it may rise to 39.5 during muscular exercise or fall as low as 22.7 in severe cold. And for women, there may be rhythmic variation during the menstrual cycle of 1 degree. The body's homeostatic mechanisms will always try to return it to normal levels. So the control and regulation of the body systems with regard to homeostasis is carried out by hormonal and neurological mechanisms. And this regulatory mechanism is intimately linked with the nervous system, which provides feedback. So we're going to speak about it a little bit more afterwards, but let's get on our mats. Let's do a little bit of restorative. And again, remember we were with the yin, you're holding the poses for longer. We're holding the poses for longer, perhaps not as long as yin. Some of them are longer than yin. But I've got some sequences that I've made up for you. But I've also got some things that really go with restorative yoga, in the sense that restorative yoga can sometimes be really good for people that are suffering with anxiety, depression, and they need to be brought back into this sense of calmness and balance. So we're going to begin with a sensory awareness practice, and for some of my people that have severe anxiety or PTSD, this is a really great way to begin a practice to get them really into themselves. And it's a good one, for you can actually, if you Google, you'll get lots of stuff. I was saying to Kay yesterday, I've got, she was asking about scripts for meditations and for Shavasana, and I've got some that I'm going to put into your group as well. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but obviously my daughter came first yesterday. And then we're going to do a body scan meditation at the end, which again is another, it's for distress tolerance. So today, it's the last day, you've been working hard. We're going to work with distress tolerance as well. So different ways of dealing with that. So I'm going to move on to my yoga mat. You guys have got your, if you guys have got all your cushions and your belts and things like that. So get into a comfortable seated position, because we're going to begin with the sensory awareness. So as in we're sitting in a comfortable position. It's like a beginning meditation type thing. So I want you to lengthen through your spine, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. And we're going to begin with Nadi Shodhana to really connect with our breath before we move into sensory awareness. So you're using your ring finger and your thumb. You're blocking off your right nostril, breathing in slowly, deeply and smoothly through the left. Block it off and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Block it off and breathe out through the left. Keep going. When you've breathed out through the left nostril, drop your chin. Inhale, take your head back up, keep your eyes closed. Come back to normal breath. And then we're going to bring ourselves into sensory awareness. So can you feel your hair touching your head? Can you feel your belly rising and falling as you breathe? Can you feel the space between your eyes? Can you feel the distance between your ears? Can you feel your breath touching the back of your eyes while you inhale? Can you picture something far away? Can you notice your arms touching your body? Can you feel the bottom of your feet? Can you imagine a beautiful day at the beach? Can you notice the space within your mouth? Can you notice the position of your tongue in your mouth? Can you feel a breeze against your cheek? And can you feel how one arm is heavier than the other? Can you feel a tingling or numbness in one hand? And can you feel how one arm is more relaxed than the other? Can you feel a change in the temperature in the air around you?
And can you feel how your left arm is warmer than the right? Can you imagine how it would feel to be a rag doll? Can you notice any tightness in your left forearm? Can you imagine something very pleasant? Can you imagine what it would feel like to float on a cloud? Can you imagine what it would feel like to be stuck in molasses? Can you picture something far away? Can you feel a heaviness in your legs? Can you imagine floating in warm water? Can you notice your body hanging on your bones? And can you allow yourself to drift lazily? Can you feel your face getting soft? And can you imagine a beautiful flower? Okay, so you're going to open your eyes. So we're going to do, I've adapted a sequence because I know that some of you guys are really fit and you do a lot of movement, and so I'm doing a restorative yoga for sports or athletes, but don't be scared if you're not an athlete as well, okay, because it's restorative here. We're not stretching, we're not. This is about, so this is adapted from Iyengar's book, The Path to Holistic Health. Okay, so you're going to grab your cushions, or if you do have bolsters, that's great. But so what you're going to do, we're going to come into, the first pose will be Supta Baddha Konasana. So normally in yin yoga you would not use any props, and it's about really like stressing the joints. But if your knees are not coming down to the floor, that's, you know, you can get cushions underneath the knees. So get yourself so that you're going to be in a really comfortable place. So put cushions underneath your knees, put cushions behind your back. And so I really want you to have an opening in the heart area. So one of the things of restorative is making sure, so you're going to have it, so you're making sure that your heart is open. So you can take your arms out, just make sure that there's no stressing and tension, you know, so you're not feeling, you know, your inner groin shouting at you. So if you could get as many cushions as you can to sit up so that you can actually really sink down into where you are here. So it is different. Now, if you were teaching it, you would be going around and making sure everyone's all settled and comfortable. So it's a great one if you're an empath. I like to get everyone all cozied in and tucked in and make sure everyone feels safe and comforted. So it really is about, so it's not cheating to use as many cushions as you can, or if you're feeling a little bit chilly, get a blanket. And, you know, with the yin, teaching a pure yin class, you're not supposed to be you're not supposed to play music. It's about really getting people to really, you know, be with their own discomfort in that sense, to breathe into it and really connect. But with restorative, you can incorporate, you know, some beautiful music. You know, you can incorporate mantras. So it's really about getting people to feel restored and comfortable. And so it is enhancing deep relaxations. You can do, you know, so Rumi is the one, lovely. We did a Rumi poem, The Guest House, earlier in the course, but Rumi has some great poems. You can really, if you want working with the bhav or the theme of a restorative, you know, this is a great class to do late in the evening, or it could be a class for anxiety, and you can incorporate with music. But when you're teaching online, don't use music, as I said before. But if you're in a real life class, music is great. Or you can talk them through breathing techniques, internal mantras. So inhaling sat, exhaling nam, which means truth is my name, truth is my identity. So this is what I'm wanting you to do now, because you're trying to find your own unique teaching selves. We're working with the truth of who we are, speaking our truth, owning ourselves. So breathing in sat, breathe out nam. So you're really letting go of any tension. So this is not about any stress on your joints. It's really not about any sort of your activeness here. It's about letting go, breathing in to any tight spaces, and knowing it's okay to be there. So inhaling sat, exhaling nam. If any thoughts, emotions come to you, accept them, set them free. Okay, so when you're ready, you're slowly allowing yourself to come back up. So just moving out of the pose. We're going to move into, we've externally rotated and let go in that way. We're going to now take your cushions out from underneath the knees. We're moving into a Virasana, so a Supta Virasana. So it's like an internal rotation. Now, if you feel, if there's too much strain on the joints and the knees, the ankles, remember you can put lots of cushions underneath your bottom, loads, raise your hips up as much as you can, as many cushions behind you as you can. So I'm happy with not putting cushions underneath my bottom, but it is a lovely thing to put lots of cushions behind you so you feel really supported in Supta Virasana. So making sure there's not going to be any aches or strains. You're really allowing to get, you're really wanting to go into the deeper layers of, to let go of tension that perhaps you've been holding for such a long time. So really just let go of any tension. Finding your breath and breathing into your belly. Close your eyes. Really go inward. We're in a waning moon. We're moving towards the new moon. So the moon is getting smaller and darker. You're going to have a new moon in Leo on the 19th, which is, I think it's Tuesday. The new moons are new beginnings. Just now, as the moon is small, it's about going in, releasing things, clearing up loose ends, letting go of deep held tension, or perhaps even beliefs that you thought were really true, but if you really allow yourself to see them, it might just be something, part of your social conditioning, that you don't need that anymore. It's not, it maybe kept you safe when you were younger. You don't need it anymore. You need to move forwards. Just breathe in to where you are. Relax your jaw. You might find if you've been holding tension in your jaw, in your shoulders, if you've been doing a restorative class, you sometimes have an achy jaw or achy shoulders afterwards, but it's because you've actually released tension that was there that you weren't aware of, perhaps. Being aware of the belly rising and falling. And this time you're going to use the mantra, so hum. So breathing in, so, breathing out, hum. This is I am. Finding your sense of I amness and knowing it's okay to be you. You are enough. So hum. You're going to slowly find your way out of your pose and releasing all these cushions away from the side. And you're going to get your belt, if you've got dressing gown belt, yoga belt, any sort of belt, it's all good. And then we're going to lie down on your backs. Get your belt and place it underneath. Just place your belt in your instep, lifting your right leg up. And making sure there's no tension, you're not pulling anything, you're just allowing yourself to hold that leg up. There's no pushing, pulling, you're not flexing the left foot, your jaw, your shoulders are relaxed. Just find your breath. Now taking the belt into your right hand, take your left arm over the head and slowly trying to open up that right hip. So you're taking the leg out to the side, but it's not a deep version. So you just enough so you're feeling that opening, staying there, breathing into it. Gently taking your leg back up, and then let's lift the left leg up to the sky. Taking the belt, holding yourself up. Notice any difference in each leg. One leg might feel more supple or more energetic or more relaxed. Or notice the difference in your mind or your emotions with each side. Connect with your breath. Don't get caught up in your thoughts. We're releasing tension. The aim isn't big muscle stretches, big joint stretches. It's just about releasing tension from the body. Keep the jaw and the shoulders relaxed. Then placing the belt into the left hand, right arms over the sky, and just open up that leg, trying to keep the hips on the ground just to stabilize. And just breathe into where you are. It's not about having a big wide leg stretch here. And just really going deeper into the layers of the body. Going deeper into the layers of our mind with our meditation past couple of weeks. So really, it makes sense that we do this with our bodies as well. Slowly releasing the legs down. So you're going to move into a supported child's pose. So it's not just your average child's pose. You're going to get as many cushions as you want. So it's a little bit like sometimes what you feel like when you're a child and you want to snuggle in. It's like a bit like getting your blankie. So you can have your arms so you're snuggled in, just like you're feeling really nurtured. So you can have your knees wide, cuddled in. Just make yourself nice and settled, and then find your breath. If anything's uncomfortable, move to make yourself comfortable. So remember, this isn't Ian. You're not trying to get to your edge and be okay with discomfort. This isn't about, this is about getting comfortable so that you can relax and let go. Connecting to your breath. So the mantra you're going to use in this position is every exhale, you're going to think the mantra Om and bring the awareness of your Om all the way down your spine. So inhaling and exhaling with an Om, and feel the vibration of your Om. So slowly allowing yourself to come back up again. And we're moving into a seated forward bend. So you can have your legs apart if you like, get your cushions. You can prop your cushions up. And so it's about coming forwards into a forward bend where you're not feeling like a huge big stretch. So if you will feel a stretch, but it's about really finding what works for you in your forward bend. If you want to take your head forward, head to the side. If you've got your head to the side, remember to move to the other side. Where do your arms want to go? What's your legs saying to you? Do you need to be in a wide forward-legged stretch? Do you want to have your legs together and just have the cushions on top? So what is your body telling you that you need today? And if you're anything like me and you'd like to move in your practice, this can just, and props and doing stuff like this can sometimes make you feel a little bit frustrated. Yeah, so if it's making you feel a little bit, oh, I was really wanting to move today, you know, listen to yourself, be a curious observer. what's the reactions to some of these poses telling you? You know, so step out your own way. Listen to the way, you know, some of you might find it feels so good to do this. Some people will be hating this. So it's, instead of you practicing it, you work with the kleshas, you know, try not to be averse, but try not to be too attached. Just observe and be okay with where you are. So reaching the deeper layers of the muscles, you are actually reaching the deeper layers of the psyche as well. Just the more deeply you relax physically, the more you allow things that you hide from yourself to come up. Just allow them, accept them, set them free. Really connect with your breath. Every exhale, just allow yourself to melt that little bit further. Just let go. You don't need to hold on anymore. Let go. So inhaling to slowly come back up. So we're moving into supine twists now. So you're going to, it's a bit like, you know, getting comfortable when you've got a pregnant belly. You know, you're going to lie on your back and you're going to take your left leg over, and you can actually just prop up your cushions. You take your left arm over your head. So just feel that twist. So you can take your both arms over your head if you like, or place that right arm on top of the left knee. So it's not about finding your edge, it's about being comfortable. So if you get your knees all supported. So your knees aren't, you're not doing lots of work here. You're twisting, but there's no big work. You're not getting juicy into the joints or the muscles really. You're in the asana. You're not putting any, you're letting go here. You're not putting work in. It's not active. You're being passive here. So release any tension you're holding on to in the glutes. We're so used to trying to hold ourselves together. You don't need to hold on here. Just let go. Close your eyes. Connect to your breath. See if you can let go the tension in your bottom even more. The largest muscle in the body. We hold on to lots of tension there, we don't even realize. Part of your lower chakras, of this kind of way of being in the Western world and having to keep everything held together. Just slowly coming out, squaring your hips, just to adjust. Pull your knees into Apanasana, just to reset your body a little bit. Then place your cushions over to the other side. And get that right knee over, right arm over your head. Figure out where you want to put that left arm. Make sure you're supported, you feel comfortable and safe. There's no tension in the body. So make your adjustments. Remember, this isn't yin, so you're not trying to find your edge. There shouldn't be discomfort. There shouldn't be an edge. You should be able to just let go. Keep the breath nice and smooth. So coming back to center and draw your knees into your belly, just to release your back. And slowly coming up to seated position. We're just going to move into cow's face arms. So take your right arm up, take it down the back, and the left arm's coming underneath to try and hold on. Tuck the chin and draw the crown of the head up to the heavens. So instead of engaging Mula Bandha and being really, strict with your bandhas and everything, bring awareness to your belly, rising and falling with the breath. So you're still working with abdominal breath here. And release. Let's do the other side. Left arm's coming up. Take it down the back and the right arm's coming underneath, trying to hold on. Don't worry if you're not there yet. Tucking the chin in slightly. Draw the crown of the head up to the heavens. And then belly breathing. Gently releasing. From here, we're going to slowly move into downward facing dog. So coming up into your expression of down dog. And just breathe. Just be where you're at. Slowly walking your feet towards your hands. Bend your knees if you need to, because you're folding into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. If anyone's got back issues, the knees must be bent. But try and allow your body to flow like a waterfall. There's no tension in the jaw or the shoulders. Just smooth the breath out. And bending your knees and coming down. Because the next pose we're moving into is a supported Setu Bandhasana, supported bridge pose. So you're taking your taking cushions underneath you, and then you're going to place them underneath your hips to lift up your hips in supported bridge. So you're coming down, but your hips are higher than you are. So you're in bridge pose, but you're not putting all the work in for your hips to come up. Your chin is still tucked in. You can have your palms facing up, your arms out if you wish. You can take your knees in. Just where does your body want to go? Once you're there, just connect to your breath. Remember, there's no edge to be found here. You should feel supported. It's about feeling supported and held. So this is a great one for the thyroid, the parathyroid systems. It's good for balancing hormones, mild depression. We're going to move into the last asana of the sequence, which is an important restorative posture. It's called Viparati Karani, and it's a great one for people that have, it's good for pregnant people, stressed out people, and you can give it to your students in any class at the end. It's a, if they're not wanting to do an inversion, or if it can be something to do just before Shavasana. So we're going to try and do the supported version, but you can just place your, take your bottom as close as you can to the wall. So I'm going to put cushions underneath me at the back here to be supported, and then take your legs up the wall. So it's called legs up the wall pose. So you're trying to get nice and comfortable so your back feels supported. You can take your arms over your head and you're just staying there, closing your eyes and breathing into it. You can have your legs apart if you like. You can have your feet in Baddha Konasana. Where does your legs want to go today? Just really breathe into your heart center here. Make sure there's no tension in your jaw or your shoulders. Close your eyes and sink down. Okay, so if you're warm enough, you can come down and move on back onto your mat into Shavasana, or if you want to put on a jumper or get a cover over you, because sometimes if you've been lying a long time, you might feel a little bit chilly. You don't want to be cold in Shavasana. So even though you've been lying a lot, not moving around, Shavasana is still very, very important. So get nice and comfortable and really just prepare yourself for Shavasana. We're going to do a body scan meditation. You're going to adopt a mind of curiosity and interest as you focus on each part of your body. So begin to focus on your breathing and notice how the air moves in and out of your body. Take several deep breaths until you begin to feel more comfortable and relaxed. Direct your attention to the toes of your left foot and notice the sensations in that part of your body while remaining aware of your breathing. Imagine each breath flowing to your toes. And with curiosity, ask to yourself, what am I feeling in this part of my body? Focus on your left toes. And then move your focus to the arch and the heel of your left foot. And hold it there for a minute or two while continuing to pay attention to your breathing. Notice the sensations in your skin of warmth or coldness. Notice the weight of your foot on the floor. Imagine your breath flowing up to the arch and heel of your left foot and ask, what are the feelings in the arch and the heel of my left foot? Move to your left ankle, your calf, your knee, listening to the feelings of your body as you breathe. Your upper leg, your thigh. Then we're coming into your right foot. So breathing into the toes on your right foot. Imagining the breath flowing to the toes and thinking to yourself, what am I feeling in this part of my body? Focus on your right toes. Move to the arch and heel of your right foot, holding there, and notice the sensation. And imagine your breath flowing to the arch and heel of your right foot. And ask, what are the feelings in the arch and the heel of my right foot? Move to your right ankle, your calf, your knee, your upper legs, and your thigh. And moving up to your pelvis and your lower back. Bring your awareness there. How do you feel there? Come around to your belly and focus on the rising and falling of your belly as your breath goes in and out. Go up to your chest, your left hand, your left arm, and your shoulder. Your right hand, your arm, and shoulder. Your neck, your chin, your tongue, your mouth, your lips, your lower face, your nose. Notice your breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. And focus on your upper cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, and your scalp. And focus on the very top of your head. And now, let go of your body altogether. Just let go. So I'm going to chant the Gayatri mantra to you, and if you like, you can repeat it in your head and do the silent mantra, or just allow the vibration of the mantra to reverberate around your body. Om Bhurvasvaha Tat Savitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tat Savitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsavitu Varenyam. Slowly bringing yourself back into the room, back into where the body is lying on the floor. Start to make any movements that feel good for you. Rolling onto your right side. And gently placing your hands into your heart center. Coming up to seated position. And we're going to end with an Om. Namaste. Thank you for practicing yoga with me this morning.